shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Simon's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cornwall? The Thane of Cornwall lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cornwall. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. Speak, I charge thee!
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has, and these rock them. Whither are they vanished? Were such things here to be speak about? Or if we each know the insane who takes the recent prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cornwall too? Went it not so?
Macbeth! The king hath happily received the news of thy success. And when he hears of thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend, which should be thine or his.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master's thanks.
And for an heiress of greater honour, he bid me from him pull thee thither. In which edition hell most well you think, for it is none. What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cornwall lives. Why do you press me in borrowed robes?
He was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment there, sir. She deserves to lose. Treason's capital confessed and proved, for their prayer.
Glamis and the Thane of Cornwall. The greatest is behind. I thank you for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cornwall to me promised no less to them?
That trusted her might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides Thane of Cornwall. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray us in its consequence. Cousins, a word I pray.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen!
Hey!
This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill. Cannot be good. If ill, why do I... If ill, why have it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cornwall. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature?
Look, our plan is wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New horrors come upon him, like our strange garments, give not to their mould, but with aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day. Give me your favour, my tale brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think one would have chanced, and at more time, even from having waited, and to speak our free hearts each to one.
liege. They are not yet back, but I spoke well that had seen him. We did report that very frankly. He confessed his treasons. And God, your Highness, pardoned and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it.
He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude, even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before the swiftest wind of recompense is slow to overtake thee. More is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing so pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labour to make thee fully grown. No, Viceroy, that is no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart. There if I grow, the harvest is your own. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are nearest. No, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. From hence to Inverness and bind us further to you.
The rest is labour, which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My word of order.
Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else I will leap, for in my way lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
He is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a Bible to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us well.
Great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tell me your mortal thoughts, and sex me here, and fill me from crown to toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no contemptuous visitings of nature shall shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, and murdering ministers, and pour thee in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes. Great lungs, worthy call.
My dearest wife, Duncan, comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thing, is a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be serpent under it. These that coming must be provided for, and you must leave this night's great business into my dispatch, which, for all our nights and days to come, is solely sway and master them.
This castle hath a pleasant seat, yet thinly and sweetly recommends itself to our gentle senses. See our honoured hostess. Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him ever, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
Your servants ever.
If it were done, when 'tis done, and 'twere well if it done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time will it jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here. That we would teach bloody instructions which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against this murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which overleaps itself and folds on the other. How now, what news?
He is almost up.
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which should be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wake it now, so green and pale as it did so freely? Art thou afeard? To be the same in thine own act and thou as thou art in desire, living a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would.
Pretty peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none!
When you durst do it, then you were man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. I have given sup, and know what 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, pluck my nipple from its boneless gums and dash the brains out, had I so sworn as you had done to this.
If we should fail,
We failed. But screw your courage to the stealing place and will not fail. While Duncan is asleep, his two chamberlains will lie with wine in the sail, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a few. What cannot you I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? His spongy officers shall bear the guilt of our great blood.
I am settled, and render each local agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fair show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy? The moon is down. I've not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it as late.
There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed? I dreamt last night of 3 weird sisters. To you, they'd shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yes, when we can entreat now to serve, we will spend it upon that business, if you shall grant time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, we shall make honour for you. Good repose a while.
Thanks, sir. Light to you.
Go with thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get me to bed.
Identity card missile, 13 meters high.
Filled with fish. And what bill do you want to be airport?
The retrial of the 2 charges of indecent and sexual assault after the jury was unable to reach a verdict on these 2 accounts earlier on in the month. The Crown Prosecution Service says it has authorised police officers to charge Mr. Travis
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle towards my hand? I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? Mine eyes amid the fool's irritances. I see thee still! There's no such thing. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk. For fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst I threat, he lives. Words for the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. The bell. I go when it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. That which hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace he is about it.
What ho? Who's there?
Hark, I'm afraid they have awakened, 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I.
Hark. Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald.
Allegations of corruption have dogged the Prime Minister's inaugural days of office and may yet sound the death knell for his political career. Our political correspondent, Sally Sarsgaard, can tell us more. Sally.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There is one did laugh in sleep and one cried murder. That they did wake each other, I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen, the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening to their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
You must not think of these things, else they will make us mad. You do not unbend thy noble strength to think such brain-sickly things. What is the dagger doing in place? It must lie there!
I'll go no more.
Infernal purpose! Me the dagger, for it must seem their guilt!
How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What are these hands? They pluck out mine eyes. Will old great Neptune's ocean wash these blood clean from my hands?
My hands are of your colour, yet ashamed to wear a heart so white. Come, put on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to his watches. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere better not know myself.
Hey, is it not an indeed? For my report at Hellgate, he'd have odd to
so late?
Fifth, sir, we were carousing until the second cook. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Money, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him, makes him stern to and not stern to, and equivocating him to sleep. And getting him wine, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. Is thy master stirring? Ah, knocking is awake then, here it comes.
Good morning.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. As they say, lamenting is heard in the air, strange screams of death, promising of accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamoured the livelong night, and some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My own remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's happened?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open, stole thence the life of the building.
What is to say? The life? Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm, Banquo, Donalbain, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Malcolm, Banquo, Donalbain, as from your grace, rise up, a lot like sprites, to countenance this horror.
What's the matter? The calls to parley the speakers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I have to speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell.
Oh, woe alas! What? In our house?
Dideth, I prithee, contradict thyself, say it is not so.
If I had died an hour before this chance, I would have lived a blessed time. For now there is nothing serious in mortality.
What is this?
You are, but do not note. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seems, have done it.
Why do we hold our tongues, that others may claim this conversation for ours?
What should be spoken here? Where our fate? Head and auger hole may rush and seize us. Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Oh, Jane! Oh, Lord, a lady!
And when we have our naked faulties hid, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to not friend. Fears and scribble shape us, and in the grey hand of God I stand, and thence against you and thy voice pretends I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all!
Let's not console them. Short unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. I'll to Scotland.
To Ireland I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both safe for where we are. There's diners and men's smiles. The nearer blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft and shot not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the air. Therefore, to horse. Let us not the danger now leave taking. Shift away, there's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
How is the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is known who did this more than bloody deed?
Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the evil.
Against nature still, by fruitless ambition that will drown up thine own life's beams, then it is likely that sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to be invested.
God's benison go with you, and those who make good of bad, and friends with foes.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, when my duties are with a most indissoluble tie, forever knit.
I will write you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still had been both brave and prosperous in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Fail not our feet.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in Scotland and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel piracy, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Are you to horse? Adieu. Till you return at night. Goes to days with you.
Bye, my lord. Our times do call upon us.
I wish your horse is swift and sure of foot. Farewell. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares. He hath a wisdom that doth guide his valour to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear. And under him, my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rankers in the vessel of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Both of us know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
I shall do my lord.
Your spirit shines through you. I will advise you where to plant yourself. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time. The moment on for it must be done tonight. Fleance's son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourself apart. I will meet with you anon.
I am resolved, my lord.
Naught's had, all's spent. Where our desires got without content. It's greater to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Oh, sorry, fancies your companions make you. Things without remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. Will we eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly? Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, and on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, my lord. Seek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue, and make our faces visits to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his flames lives.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest child, till thou applaud the deed. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make themselves strong by ill. You know your own degrees, sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks, your majesty.
Ourselves shall mingle with society, and play the Holocaust. Our hostess keeps us state, but in time we shall require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir. My heart speaks their welcome.
See the encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, anon we'll drink a measure the table round. Thou art the best of the cutthroats, yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the non-parial.
Most royals say, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect. Thanks for that. There the chrome serpent lies. The worm that fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. Teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now good digestion waits an appetite, and health and wealth.
Sit.
have we now our country's honour root, with the great person of our backrow present, who may I rather challenge from kindness than pity for mischance.
His absence lays blame upon his heart. Please, your highness, sit. Embrace us with your robe.
Which of you have done this? What? Thou canst not say I did it!
Rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and have been since his youth. Please sit. Upon thought he will be well again. Are you a man?
I, and a bold one which dare look upon that which might appall a devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which led you to Duncan. These flaws and starts, impostors of true fear, would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire authorised by her grandeur. Shame itself.
Prithee, see there, look, behold, lo. What sayst thou?
By for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now. In the olden time, ere human statutes purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since too, murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. Come, love and help to all. Then I'll sit. Give me some wine. Go forward.
Good night, and better health attend His Majesty.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with the morning. Just wait.
How sayst thou that Macduff denies his person at my great bidding?
Did you ask for him, sir?
I hear it by the way, which I will send. There is not a one of them but in this house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good. All causes shall give way. I am in blood. Stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as go on.
Lack the seasons of all natures. Sleep.
We are yet but young indeed.
one, sweltered venom, sleeping god, all are first, in the childhood. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burns, its cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron, boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boiled and cold.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is you do?
Deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, answer me.
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer.
Or say, would you rather hear from our mouths, or from our masters?
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not. Beware, Major. Beware the fame of Fife. Dismiss me. Enough.
thou hast halved my fears all right. But one word more.
He will not be commanded, but he's another, more potent than thirst.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man. For none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? What is this that rises like the issue of a king and wears upon his baby brow the rounded top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it. Be lion-headed and proud, and take no care, who chafes who threats or weapons bearers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
Well, that will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earth-bound roots? Sweet Boldman's good. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you!
Cruel are the times when we are traitors, and do not know ourselves from what we hold rumour, of what we fear, and yet know not what we fear, that float upon a wild and violent sea, each way on my move. I take my leave.
And what is a traitor?
Why one that swears and lies?
And are all those that swear and lie traitors?
Everyone that does so is a traitor, and therefore must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged, swear and lie?
Everyone.
But the liars and the swearers are fools, because there are liars and swearers enough to beat the ends onto them, and hang up them.
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and broken. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven in our face.
What I believe, I'll wail. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He had not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve him through me, and the wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I think this country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think with all there'll be hands uplifted within my right. Here from gracious Scotland have I offered goodly thousands. Macduff, this noble passion, child content, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honour. But devilish Macbeth by many trains of salt to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. But God above, deal between thee and me, for I put myself to thy direction, for I am true to thine and my poor pleasures to command. And now, together, for the chance of goodness, we can let our wanted war.
Come, go with Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is right for shaping. Powers above, put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, it never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watch with you, but can perceive no truth. When was it she last worked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I received advice from the bed. Throw on her nightgown, unlock her closet, take off paper, read it, write upon it, afterwards conceal it, and then return to bed. All this while immersed by sleep.
A great perturbation of nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effect of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and the ritual performances, what at any time have you there to say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, for having no witness to confirm my speech. But lo, here she is. This is her very guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
You see, her eyes are open.
But the senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It's an accustomed action with her, as is to seem washing her hands. I've seen her continue this for a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
She speaks.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2, why then 'tis time to do it. By my lord, by hell, is murky. One need be bid who knows it well enough to call our power to account.
Do you mind that? You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she knows.
Will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
This disease is beyond my practice, yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. And look not so pale. I tell you once again, my lord, Banquo's buried. You cannot come out on his grave.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. To bed. Come, take my hand. Take my... To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad, and natural deeds do grieve troubles. Infected minds to their death for those who will discharge their secrets. One need she the divine and the physician. Look after her, remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, my daughter.
Fear not, Macbeth. No man of woman born shall ever vanquish thee. Then fly, false stains. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn you black! Where dost thou let things look?
There are 10,000
Geese, villain!
protesters, sir.
Take thy face hence! Angus! I am sick at heart. Angus! This question will cheer me ever, or deceive me now? Angus!
All is true which was reported, sir.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. How goes thy patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled by thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased?
Well,
Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow. Raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physics to the dogs, I none of it. Come, give me my staff. Our castle will laugh a siege to scorn. Wherefore was that cry?
The cry of a woman, my good lord.
Time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fellow heralds did a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were it. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of light fools the way to dust death. Out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Now comes to use thy tongue, thy story, quickly.
I must report what I say, sir, but no, not how.
Well, say so.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I looked towards Burnham, and we thought the wood began to move.
Liar! And slave!
Let me enjoy thy anger. Within the 3 mile, we may see it coming. A move and grow, I say.
If thou speak false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive. Fear not, till Burnham wood become to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes towards Dunsinane.
Turn!
charged with blood already.
My voice is my sword. Thou bloody villain, the terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labour. As easy as thou the intrenchant air with thy keen sword impresses make me bleed, let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel who thou hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Yes! Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it a cow my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believe that palter with us in a double sense, and keep the word of promise to our ear. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as our rare monsters are, painted on a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I'll try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield, lay on Macduff, and damned be him that first cries hold enough.
Of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands, took off her life, this, and what needful else calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we'll perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all, and to each one round, whom we invite to see us crowned.
I would especially like to thank you all for coming. We've had a really great turnout for the show. Sort of practically sold out both nights, and we had to put extra queues out for tonight, so it really means a lot that you all came out to support the group. And you've been a fantastic crowd. Obviously the group, I mean, I thought it was amazing tonight, it really is. It was so professional, so good. Better than it's ever been. It was fantastic last night, but I was still making notes, and in the interval I was going backstage and giving people notes, because I set the bar sort of at a very high level from day one, really, and they absolutely achieved it, and I'm so proud of them. And I'd like to thank Ellie for coming up with the concept of the Westminster setting, which I think was inspired, and we all sort of had ideas about the adaptation and sort of contributed. It was very sort of very much a group effort. So thank you so much. If you want to stand up, give a round of applause. You have no idea how much the Harding family have just helped put this show on. Just with the unfortunate matching of Libby and I, they've kind of come under a lot of strain, I guess. And Libby in particular, our stage manager, dropped out about a week and a half ago. So Libby volunteered to do it, and I got her some flowers because she's been absolutely brilliant. So you can imagine, one woman, 15 teenagers and 5 entrances. It was by no means an easy task. Obviously I'd like to thank Rupert, obviously, as well, for just being my partner throughout the whole process, really, and taking on Turrets with me after Jill stepped down. Just over a year ago, so just after a year in charge, I think that's pretty good progress. Do you think? See it, try and relax myself and try and enjoy it. Hovering over Rupert's shoulders on cues, which I know has been a nightmare.
See you all next time?
Yes.
See you next time, yeah.